Welcome to Kim Yin Yoga. Today's practice restores the spine and the nervous system, preventing burnout in the month of the fire horse. Join me on the mat where we begin this soothing practice while we activate the meridians of the arms. So shooting energy through the wrists, keeping strength in the arms, then flipping them around, making fists rolling down, and activate the outside of the arms. So underside of the arms, pushing the wrists up. Focus on the wrists, not the fingertips. And then relax, turn them around, make a fist, roll it down, looking down. We'll do a couple more. Deep breath in and really flip that wrist up. You'll feel the tension and activation of the meridian. Flip the arms, fists, and slowly lower down. Let's do it one more time. Wrists, lead the way. Fingertips relaxed. Flip around, fingers tight into a ball, pulling the energy back down. Now let's go ahead and activate the fingertips by bringing them up overhead, pressing them together into Anjali Mudra. We'll take a deep breath here. Notice your sit bones even on the mat. Lower the shoulders, crown up to the sky. Now today, you're going to notice we're surrounded by props, and we're going to do a lot with the bolster in particular, but you might have some nice little pillows and towels or blankets, blocks, you decide. But go ahead and grab plenty. Because today we're going to support the muscles and allow them to utterly relax while we stretch the fascia, activate the meridians. First pose, we're coming down into a supported sphinx. So my elbows are pressing, in this case, into the bolster. It could be a towel or a blanket. And I'm allowing for a gentle back bend as I slightly lift my nose to the sky. My fingertips are pressed into the mat and pulling apart. They don't move, but the energy is pulling apart with elbow creases pointed towards each other. Feet are relaxed, calves are relaxed, buttocks relaxed. And we're taking deep breaths here. At any point that you want to use your ujjayi breath, kind of like a kitty purr, go right ahead. Also, at any point, you want to push your arms up and straighten them into a modified seal, allowing the nose to reach even further towards the ceiling, increasing the back bend. Go ahead and do that. You decide, depending on how flexible your back feels today. This can be very healing and soothing as long as you don't over flex. So find your edge and take more deep breaths here. If the edge starts to feel too strong, come back down to the elbows and adjust the neck so that there isn't undue strain in the cervical spine. On your next exhale out, we're going to slowly come off the prop, tuck the toes under, and turn it around to flat back. From here, I like to grab the two small pillows. Could be two folded blankets. You decide. Because we're going into Supta Baddha Konasana. So Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose or butterfly. And we're supporting the knees at the height that works for you so that you feel a light gravity opening the groin, improving the flex of the pelvis, but at the same time, allowing the muscles to relax. The back is relaxed. I like to put my arms into cactus to continue that beautiful activation of the heart, lung, and pericardium meridians. And from here, focus on the breath. You might like to try Danjian breathing, a deep diaphragmatic breath where we inhale deeply into the abdomen, exhaling completely. This is an ancient martial arts breathing technique that helps you relax from the core out into the toes and the fingertips, the crown of the head. Let's go ahead and try a few more of those deep breaths here. Let's take one more deep breath here and gently, slowly roll it over to the side. We're coming up, back into the world, where we get ready for legs up the wall. We usually do legs up the imaginary wall, but we got the real deal today. I like to put a pillow or a towel under the hips to give them a little support as you scooch kind of parallel next to the wall, and then spin around a bit. So we've got this beautiful supported move. Cactusing the arms again, but you decide. You can keep them softer to the sides of your body or resting gently on the abdomen. And the heels are against the wall, calves are against the wall, buttocks, the feet relax. And you may want to continue with your Ujjayi breath or Danjian breathing. This pose is fantastic for lymphatic drainage, just allowing the energy to flow in the opposite direction, gravity doing its work. And here we release anxiety and tension and improve a good night's sleep. Legs up the wall can be a wonderful cure for insomnia. As you continue deep breaths here, you might want to slowly bring the knees apart, soles of the feet together, and allow the feet to draw down into a Supta Baddha Konasana variation. So here we are in cobbler's pose, in butterfly. Again, allowing gravity to open the hips, stretch the groin, but the pillow or prop underneath will help keep the back from hyperflexing and offers beautiful support there. So continue with your deep breaths, Danjian breathing, Ujjayi breathing, or just relaxing and letting it flow naturally. At any point, you can also stretch out one leg to the side, keeping it against the wall, opening up that left hip, the side stretch. And gently, when you're ready to switch, support the knee, open up the other leg. We want a combination of finding stillness, but also exploring the best possible posture for your body today. On your next exhale out, let's go ahead and roll right out of that posture, coming on up and finding flat back again, where we will go into some happy baby variations. Ananda Balasana, wonderful for opening the hips, soothing the back, and calming the nervous system. Let's start out by doing one side at a time, bringing the knee down, flexing the hips, change sides, just getting yourself ready. The muscles begin to relax and allow for a deeper stretch. With both feet up, we can apply gentle downward pressure and find peaceful stillness. On your next exhale out, let's go ahead and lift the hands to the sky, the feet to the sky. Big stretch. Then drop those knees down and we'll do some gentle circles. Knees wide, toes can clasp the toes, and we'll gently roll the back of the pelvis clockwise. Take a deep breath in and reverse the circle, rolling the other way. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the legs, the spine, the arms as you guide the knees around. Okay, let's just wrap around the knees and pull them down into the chest. A little isometric move as we breathe deep and allow the spine to lengthen and flatten into the mat. Take a deep breath here, and on the exhale out, we're going to roll gently over to the side and up come to find a hero's pose. Feet flexed or tops of the feet into the mat, you decide. And up we come for lion's breath. Straighten the spine, lift the crown, deep breath in. Tongue out, eyes roll to the ceiling, lion's breath out. Deep breath in, tongue out, eyes roll, lion's breath out. One more deep breath in, and we're going to come down onto flat back and find a Supta Virasana, reclined hero, or reclined saddle. Now, we got a lot of options, so you decide what's going to work for you. I sit between the feet, but you might be sitting on the bottoms of the feet. We got a bolster tucked into the buttocks, or rolled blankets stacked to support the spine in a gentle arch, and down you go. It should feel like an edge, but comfortable. There's no pinching in the spine. You want to go to where you get a sensation, but not too strong. If it's too strong with both knees down. You can extend one leg or put one leg flat on the mat, and we have half a Supta Vrasana with support, and that can feel quite good too. The arms can drape by the sides, or you can even cactus them to get a powerful activation of the arm meridians, lung and heart. Just find the Supta Vrasana for you. Don't worry about keeping track, because if you've had one leg up, I'll cue you in to swap sides. For now, take some nourishing deep breaths and let go. If you've done half Supta Vrasana, we will go ahead and gently swap sides now, tucking the other knee back, foot down, and the opposite knee up with foot on the mat or stretched out long. You decide. From here, we'll continue with deep belly breaths as I push the props away. And make sure that your bolster blanket under the spine is doing its job, allowing for a gentle back bend, allowing for sensation, but not too severe. Sometimes after stretching the muscles of the quadriceps and allowing the back to relax, you'll be able to come up and do the full Supta Vrasana supported with the bolster. So if you feel inclined, go ahead and try that now for the last few deep breaths. You can focus on the belly as it rises and falls, filling the lungs, letting the abdomen expand, and then gently exhaling out. Even though we're going for poses held in stillness, if the arms start to tingle or need a change, try lifting them up overhead, backs of the hands to the mat. Try 3 more long, slow, deep breaths here. On your third exhale out, come on over, scooch the butt and move your feet out of Supta Vrasana. Roll over onto the knees, but hang on to the bolster because we're going into a supported, extended child's pose. So tuck it right under the chest, under the hips, under the head, and sit on back down towards the feet. Knees are wide, arms relaxed, hands turned upward in receiving. This is a time to let any residual tension flow and drain right out the forehead. And you can even imagine it exhaling out the back of the neck. Full release. Take another long, deep breath in here. Expand the chest. Expand the belly. And then on the exhale out, gently come up and we'll bring the bolster in front or your folded blanket or towels. And let's tuck them right under the hips and under the belly. where we go into a half frog, a supported half frog. So the upper body's in Sphinx, elbows under the shoulders, head relaxed but looking forward. And left leg is in a half frog. So the left foot is pressed into the right thigh. Fingertips spread wide, digits pressed into the mat, and crown of the head lifting up from relaxed neck and shoulders. Let go of any tension in the feet, in the legs, in the thighs, the buttocks. And allow yourself to just melt down into that supported position where the spine relaxes in a beautiful curve and the hips open. Right, on an exhale out, we're going to change sides. Bring your right foot up, pressing into the left thigh, left leg down straight. We'll take deep breaths here for another minute. Keep the shoulder blades relaxed, hands pressing down and expanding outwards, fanning outwards, energy from the elbow down to the fingertips and the entire spinal column relaxing, the pelvis relaxing down, allowing the bolster to ease any tension in the muscles. The muscles can completely let go as we breathe in and out. On your next exhale out, straighten both legs together up on tippy toes, and we're going to find a supported bow. You can allow the legs to rock up as the head rests down. And we'll just take a few breaths here. If you're feeling any pinch or tenderness in the lumbar region, we won't do this. Keep the legs down and just let the pelvis drape over the bolster. But if you can, get this beautiful cat massage. If you can get this beautiful posture to help release the spine, as long as your lumbar region is not in any pain or feeling any tweaks. Otherwise, we just rest, hips over the bolster, hands down to your side. Deep breaths here. Take one more long, slow, deep breath in. And on the exhale out, let's push right back. Foot stretch, arms stretch. Forehead rests for a moment on the bolster or blankets. And then let's flip it around and find a supported Anahata Asana, heart to earth pose, puppy posture. So knees under the hips, arms stretched out. And with the support, you might have your chin on the bolster, or you might have your head flat, turned to the side, or your forehead pressed down. You find what works for you as we open up the back body, open up the front body, and allow for this beautiful deep stretch. If at any time the shoulders feel tension, try widening your hands, maybe flipping them up in receiving. Ujjayi breath here. Releasing the muscles, releasing any guarding. Surrender into the bolster, into the mat, into the floor beneath you, and finally into the earth. On your next exhale out, let's push on up and remove the props. Return for a moment to a full Anahata Asana, maybe your forehead on the mat. And then launch off of those stretched toes into some circular cat-cows. We slowly move clockwise, rotating the spine, rotating the pelvis, rotating the kitty cat. And take deep breaths as you reverse the circle, rocking back, rolling the spine, releasing any hitches or catches that you find. Nice long deep breaths. Reverse the circle again if that feels right. Moving in whatever way you intuitively desire. From here, we're going to find a traditional balasana. The upper body draped over the thighs. The arms are draped beside the body. Resting those shoulders, resting the scapulas. Feeling your breath rise and fall as you continue that sensation of releasing anxiety through the forehead and maybe even exhaling it out from the back of your neck. Let's take one more deep breath in here. And on the exhale out, come on up. We're going down onto flat back on the mat. Find a comfortable stretching space. Arms up over the head, arch the back, and then bring the arms down to our familiar Wiggle-asana. Hips of the epicenter, rocking back and forth. The legs are relaxed, the knees are relaxed, the feet are fishtailing, the shoulders are fishtailing. The head is relaxed, and we exhale it out into beautiful Shavasana. Feel the chi flowing through the meridians, zinging up and down, bringing beautiful nutrients and energy to every cell, organ, and system. And continue your deep breaths here. If you want, you can bring your feet to the wide edge of the mat and let the knees knock together to fully support the pelvis and the lower back. Hands can rest on the heart and belly. They can be up overhead in cactus, you decide. Just allow yourself this time to integrate activations of the meridians. As you sense the healing chi energy coursing through the meridians, you can direct it where you want it to go, or just allow for every sensation. Take a few more deep breaths here in Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you like, but when you're ready, start to move the fingers and toes and gently roll back up into the world and find a comfortable Sukhasana. Hands up over the head, deep breath in, palms together, Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and with Sin. It's a pleasure always to have you. Namaste.